So, about a month back, I went over to Australia to the Iron Gate Tattoo Convention, myself and another friend of ours, and I went there with one goal actually, and I said I was going to come back with an award. I was the only ringata there, so Tāmaki artsists, and I ended up winning. First day was runner-up for dot work, geometric, oriental, tribal, all in one thing. Next day, Saturday, I got best of day, and then we took out best of show, which is, to my belief, that's the first ever best of show prize that Tāmaki has ever taken out. I'll open the door for you, mate. Welcome, welcome. Welcome koutou mā. Welcome to NGΑ MANU A TOI. Nice, beautiful piece by Charles and Janine Williams. Wairingiringi. So, where to start? Ko Hirini tōku ingoa, Hirini Katene Earnest, te ingoa poto. So yeah, I'm Hirini, my name's Heeds. He uri no ngāpu manawa e waru o te aroa me te pātū. Yeah, kia ora.
Kia ora, ko Wairingiringi Toi ahau, but everyone calls me Tings, and he uri no Ngāpuhi me Ngā Tipikio, born and bred here in Tāmaki, Makaurau.
Kia ora everyone, Earnest aka Tawck, from born and raised in West Auckland, whakapapa to Ngāpuhi, based in Tāmaki.
So we are in New Lynn. We haven't been here for too long, going on to 3 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks we've been in this spot, still trying to get it up and ready for our opening. So yeah, this is our mahi area. This is where Earnest will be over in a couple of weeks. Yeah, where the magic happens, but also magic is going to happen throughout this whole studio, because we have more rooms down there where we want to do, like if anyone wants to do anything more privately, like under boobs or anything like that, or kanohi, pūhoro, we have the space to facilitate that.
Thing, maybe?
How did you guys meet? I saw him at Mermaids one time. No.
That was the other time.
Nah, I think we met. Yeah, he had a little flash event. I think there was about 4 of us, eh? Yeah, we just thought we'd head down and head up to Whangarei to his old studio, Memory Lane, and yeah, we just kind of hit it off then. Tings?
Oh, I was just going to say I'm just a sister, so I'm the tag along sometimes, but I think the first time we met would have been at Dad's.
Yeah, Māori-led bridge.
The next flash.
Yeah, the little flash at Dad's studio that he had in Māori Bridge.
True.
But I wasn't even doing moko at the time.
So we'll come over here, we'll talk about this one. This one right here. Yeah, it's a beautiful piece. The Tiki Land is the standout piece up there that was done by my tutor, or my papa, I call him. That's Wairingiringi's dad, so Tings' dad. So yeah, that's one of our favourite pieces up there. Tattoos?
Yeah, Gordon Toi is my dad, and he's a creative. No, he's a creative of all sorts. But yeah, he's a moko artist.
How long has he been doing moko for?
A little bit longer than my older brother was born, so he's
30.
So just over 30 years, I suppose. And before moko, he was doing carving. So he's a carver first. But yeah, he's a creative of all kinds, to be honest.
He actually designed that in the time of when they first were going to ban the patches. So we started doing all these patches, which is really relevant right now with everything that's kind of going on with the patch ban. So hopefully we can get a run of those in t-shirts or something, because he's got some cool ones that he's done. This is not the only one, he did a lot, heaps of patches. Sorry, so how I got to meet Gordon was back in 2007. I didn't know him. I actually wanted a sleeve from him. and a friend of mine, his mum was like, oh, you should go see Gordon. And I had been tattooing at the time, just dabbling, pretending like I know what I'm up to. And I lived in Mangere Bridge, he lived in Mangere Bridge, so I just went over to go meet and ask how much a sleeve was. He looked at me and then judged me straight away, thought that I couldn't afford a sleeve, but he asked me who did the work on myself. I told him I did. He's like, oh, do you have any drawings? I was like, oh yeah, I got a few. He's like, oh, well, bring those drawings in. What are you doing? And I was like, oh, no, nothing really. And he's like, oh, come in tomorrow, bring your drawings. Never met him. And then, yeah, from that day, he was like, oh, sorry, the next day when I went in, he was like, oh, how would you like to work for me? And I was like, oh, yeah. Yeah, and I was 17 at the time. So, yeah, right place, right time.
He was, whenever Dad would bring anyone, like anyone new in, they technically had to be vetted by us. You know, do we vibe with them? Do we like them? And I didn't.
And she said no. She hated my guts.
No, I don't like them. But and on top of that, it was because the way that we earned our money as kids was doing like the setups, the breakdowns, the stretching, and then once this dude came along, he became the main guy doing that. So I was like, hey, we're losing out of money here. The dude's just
doing it for free.
Yeah, I'm like, so that was my initial, but
yeah, she actually hated me for like almost a year, I think. Yeah, she wouldn't even like say hello. I'd go pick them up from school, and our brothers were they just automatically, yes, we got an older brother, and then she'd just sit in the back of the truck.
I would have been like 10. How old were you when you came over?
I don't know, 17 years ago.
So I would have been like maybe like 10, 11 or something like that. So, you know, like another guy, another boy in the whānau, you know. So I was just doing my thing. But no, I love you now.
Yeah, he so he used to tattoo as well, but he just had like a little like homemade kit. But yeah, I just remember would be sleeping in the bunk beds and be watching him like just tattoo his mates, but it would just be like single needle shading. It was pretty, but some of the stuff he was doing was pretty good, even when I see some of it now. But yeah, and I guess yeah, it just rubbed off years down the track. But even then, it was still something I never thought I would pursue. Yeah, just made art.
Do carving as well?
Yeah, he was sort of like, he just dabbled in everything, like did a bit of whakairo, bit of painting, animation, screen printing, like everything, yeah, in and around art.
Do you reckon that's where you and your brother?
I think, yeah. Well, if you got someone that's like, your parents are sort of like your idols, so when you kind of see them do something, you sort of it tends to rub off most of the times. And I guess that thing where me and my brother sort of, we had that sort of challenge, so we were always trying to one up on each other as kids. But it was, yeah, we were just, and I remember Dad saying, I think one day I was like, oh yeah, one day I'll be better than you, and he was like, dreaming. And then yeah, to feel like we can stand on our own is pretty cool. Yeah.
Come down where all the magic will happen. So this is our tupuna wall. We decided we'll put down them through here, just so when we are doing like moko kanohi and things like that, that they kind of get that modi of our tupuna, so when we do our face tattoos. So in here, we haven't quite yet got to it yet, but this is going to be one of the working spaces, puhoro. So when we do our male bodysuits, female bodysuits, this is where we're going to be. You'll like this spot. This is going to be our camera room. So when we're going to have podcasts and things like that, we kind of kept this one, take all our photos. We kind of left this one quite plain and open, just so we can take all our photos and have these little moments of podcasts. That's the overall goal anyway. This is where we're gonna do all our faces, all our moko kauai, all our kanohi. So you'll notice some of the tupuna on the wall, and all of the pieces that we try to put up, they have facial moko. The word moko is the term for everything. So even if it's on your hands, that's called moko. Tā moko, tā just means to apply. So apply the moko, tā moko. And then this is still called moko, but there's certain areas, parts of the face where it has a name. So on the head, tifana, mataora is the whole, and kauai for the wahine. So yeah, and then yeah.
And so, can you tell us a bit about when you received yours?
Yeah, so I received mine back in 2018. Travelled down to Mapua to go see our dad, Gordon. Travelled with Moko another ringata that works here at NGΑ MANU A TOI. Didn't want it. Well, not that I didn't want it. I didn't go for that purpose. I just went to go visit. And while there, I was like asking him questions, like, "Oh, was it sore?" But he was the one that kind of, put his foot out and was like, "Just do it, So while I was down there, I asked Gordon, I was like, "Oh, I've been thinking about getting my mataora," and he's like, "Oh, yep, well, we'll do it." And then I was like, "Oh, yeah, but just give me a day to think about it." We went out to dinner. I made a phone call to my mum, and I was like, "Oh, mum, I'm thinking about getting my face tattooed, getting my mataora." And she was like, "Oh, well, it's only right." And that's all she said. And then I was like, okay, that's the only blessing that I need. And the next day, or that night actually, I went to talk to Gordon. And then I was like, oh, in the morning, let me just go for a walk. I'm going to go for a walk down to the beach, have a little bit of a think, and then I'll know my answer when I get back. And he's like, oh, I'll come with you. Went for a walk down to the beach, and then we were just kind of having little small talks. On our way back from the beach, I heard a little manu, and my little tohu or my signs are like in nature. So if I get a certain like bird that will come along, I kind of know certain things. And I had a little piwai waka come in. We were walking underneath these branches down the alleyway, and I heard it, and I was like, oh. And I looked up, and it was just kind of looking down at me and doing its little song. And I was like, oh, kia ora, Nan. And I just turned to Gordon and I said, yeah, cool, we'll go back. And he's like, cool, we'll set up and do it. So yeah, just went back to his, jumped on the table, and it took him about 45 minutes. Yeah. And my son and my daughter, they were present as well. So I was grateful that they were there. Yeah, that's how it come alive.
And because now, how many have you done now yourself?
Mataora?
Yeah.
It's heaps. Yeah, I didn't count any of like all of them.
And puhoro as well then?
Puhoro, I'd say maybe 40 or 50. 40?
More than that.
She's
Definitely must be in the 50s, surely.
yeah.
It's gone from much to now how widespread it is.
Yeah.
Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think I love it. Yeah, I love it. I do definitely. I think everyone who are doing moko or tattooing now definitely have to homage to those guys too, because they really bit the bullet for us. Especially from all our kaumatua. Those ones. We have the ones from up north. Who are really affiliated in the hahi and the churches and things like that, where it's really, that was a sacred space. They really took it on the chin from them, so we are able to do this now.
And can you kind of talk about some of that stuff?
Yeah, so I think the most important thing for like a kaiwhiwhi is do your research. Like before coming to us, definitely one is going back to style, don't come to us and then you've got like Ernest, his pieces, and then you go, oh, I want to go to Heat, but show me all of that style of his style of work. I'm like, oh, you might as well just go to Ernest, because that's his piece. So yeah, definitely do your homework in that sense. If you're in your learning stages of learning about where you're from, definitely go home, look up where that, if there's an artist in your iwi hapu, that's also important. But it's also not important, so I'm just kind of thinking back on myself, because most of us, we've been doing this for a few years and we understand design and where our tohu come from. So if you're from, Te Tai Tokerau, or if you're from Te Arawa, we can adjust to making that specific design for that person based on their kōrero. You got something?
Yeah, I think if you're thinking about it and you feel like you don't have enough information or anything like that, there's always one place you can start, and that's your whānau, starting with whānau. And if you want to come in and represent your whānau and where you're from, it could even be where you grew up, where you feel connected to, things like that. So you can start there. It can be as simple as that. You don't have to bring the depths of your whakapapa through if you don't know it. But the encouragement would be to continue to try and find that out, especially once you start wearing moko. I think it will only add to your moko the more that you start to find out about yourself too. But don't feel discouraged that you can't get your moko or anything like that if you don't know your marae or your waka or things like that. Because moko is our whakapapa, but it's also our stories. So we can tell those parts of yourself. So don't feel discouraged, but definitely try your best at least to try and find that information along your journey.
Yeah. There's no starting point too. So whether you just come in and be like, I don't know my whakapapa, but I do want to represent my mum and dad, cool. We can definitely represent that, and we'll give you the tohu to represent that. And then that will start that journey as well. Or the other way around, you do your homework and then you come in. So yeah, there's when they say, what does moko represent, it's more, what Gordon would say is like, what doesn't it represent? Because it represents everything, so. And this is where the real magic happens. The real, where we just sit down, chill out and talk shit. Yeah, this is our Japanese inspired chill room. Got some paint over there, so when we come in, we just want to chill out and paint away from everyone. This is where we kind of have been hanging out, and we need some sponsors too. Okay, if you see your drink in there, please sponsor us. V, Musashi, Up and Go, sponsor us. CJ. Yeah, so this is the point between Avondale and New Lynn. So New Lynn's on this side, Avondale's on that side. That's also the point of Kawerau Maki. So that's this hapu iwi, and then on that side of the thing, the river, is Ngāti Whātua.
True.
So we're right on the cusp. So we only pretty much learnt all that as well. Since we moved in here, we were like, well, if we're in this area, we better be clued on the names and things like that, and where the cutoff is, and who we have to invite to our opening, who we respect. So we're going to respect both sides and invite both iwi hapu representatives. Yeah.
And when did you pick up the tattoo then?
I was 21, so in 2016 is when I started, but there's a classic question I'll get nearly every day. How'd you get started? But I find my journey into moko kind of a unique one. Only, obviously I was born into it, in and around it with dad and things. So, he got us doing anything he could get us doing within that creative space. But I wasn't doing any of it with the intention that my future was going to be this, and if anything, I really thought I wasn't going to do moko. Our brother Te Rangiho, he kind of showed those early signs of natural creative talents and things like that, so I thought, it'll probably be him if anyone picks it up. So I wasn't even thinking about it or trying to work on it as early as Dad would get us to. So when I started in 2016, it was because I wasn't getting any of my jobs that I was applying for. Rude. No, people say you need experience. Give me the bloody experience first. So Dad was like, "Oh, come work for me." Da da da. This was when he had a studio in
Mangere Bridge.
Yeah, Mangere Bridge, was it?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like, like 21, so I wanted to sort of like, make money to leave home. And so I thought that was a bit of a stitch up because I was like, oh, well, I'm trying to like leave, like do the live my own experiences kind of vibes. And so I was like, oh, I don't know. And then he did say that, at least give it a go. And if it's not for you, then I'll support you, whatever else you want to do. And I was like, okay. So, yeah, gave it a go in 2016. And I believe that my creative journey as a creative started then. But my upbringing has been a foundation that I've been able to sort of start with and helped in my own creative journey. But as an actual creative, I feel like it's been that journey specifically for me since 2016.
Yeah, you're kind of an escaper, really.
All that like low-key undercover training definitely worked out.
Yeah.
And I am grateful for it actually, now that I'm older and I can appreciate all of that effort and time. Especially now that I am doing the mahi, I can see all the whys and all the hows and reasons for everything. So yeah, very grateful. And it's in the case of moko, I think it's a very fortunate space to be born into that space, because sometimes even finding a someone to teach you within this mahi is a little bit difficult, and yeah, it can be discouraging. But so that was another reason actually. I was like, shit, like it's kind of given to me right now, so I may as well do something with it since I have the opportunity. And Heath was obviously tattooing too, so like my two main first kaiako would be Dad and Heath, who are still to this day will be to me. So I was pretty fortunate.
Yeah, and then I guess when did you kind of pick up the tattoo gun?
2000 maybe 9, I think.
And how did that come about?
Capelli, the bro Capelli, he was tattooing a lot of the boys, and again at the time I had no interest in tattooing, but he lived way out south, and I was like, oh bro, you can just use my space if you want, and then I was just watching it every day, and then I got one off him, and then it wasn't until I went to his studio when he was with Two Hands on Simon Street, and I went there and we were having lunch, and I just realised that lunch went for ages. And, I've been, I was just like, man, I worked as a car painter for 8.5 years, and your breaks are very structured. So I was just like, wow, when's this break ending? Like, my boss was on my ass if I had to, the break went over. So, and then I, said, oh, what's it like tattooing? And he was like, it's the meanest job. So I was like, started researching, said, man, can you help me get my first machine? And I think the rest was sort of history after that point, because I had that same addiction the same way I did with graffiti. And it's that challenge that it gives you, like you could always be faster, work on style, do it cleaner. There was always something to work on, and that's what that was the draw card.
It's a graffiti background, or like, is that where your art form really kind of started and took shape in graffiti?
Yeah, I think we were just taggers really. My first interaction with graffiti was like a guy was like, oh, here, can you do this and I'll do your title page? And he did like this 3D bombing in my title page, and it just blew my mind. And then after that point, I just like searched high and low, like on like where do I find this stuff? And I think back then it was like there was 3 pages in the back of like the Source magazine, and they had like a graffiti section. So we used to always just grab those, but we could never paint like that. So we just stuck to tagging, and then I guess the more we got into it, the more we started to learn. But I think tagging was always like our core. Yeah, so we wanted to just do that, and we were happy, quite content.
So when and how did the GBAC crew start?
That was 2004. It were just 2 separate crews, and then yeah, one day we went painting, and then I remember Des jumped out of the motorway, and we're always like saying, oh, do this first and do that first, like do a GB first. And then he actually did it, and then he did it down a lamppost on Takapuna motorway. Yeah, and it was just like GB, AK, and I was like, fuck, there it is there. And then I think that was where we were like, all right, we'll just join the 2, because we didn't want to join one crew and they didn't want to join ours. So we just like joined it. So we never really even have a meaning for GBAC itself. It was just 2 crews that combined.
I got a question. What does GBAC stand for, and what the GB and AK stand for?
GB was Graffiti Bandits,
yeah.
and AK was
Aerosol killers?
yeah, Aerosol Killers,
yeah.
Aerosol Kings, and yeah, there was heaps of different meanings.
And then put them together, was it still there?
Nah, we came up with like, what was it? Yeah, a few different ones, like green bananas and kumaras. I remember we did one. Like just, yeah, it was anything. There wasn't like an actual meaning, and I think today it's still whatever.
God bless.
Yeah.
Like, what are your thoughts on, like, you know, exploring those new areas and pushing boundaries?
I think, yeah, the more I learn and the more I research, you get to see what sort of works well together, and I feel like that's just it's like forever, like a journey that's going to take my whole lifetime, probably just trying to refine and explore. But yeah, I have fun like trying to mix it up, and when the opportunities are there, or if it's not with tattooing, then with my studio practice. If I did one style, I get bored quite easy, so it's cool that I can jump between the 2, and then or the 3. Like I like lettering, realism, and moko. So when there's opportunities, or if I see something, I'll explore it, push it, see where it goes, see where I end up, and then if I land on something gold, sometimes I just park it, and then I'll try something else, and then I'll just see where it end up.
Our conference room down here, and every studio's got to have a storage. It's got to look like that, like a storage. And because we haven't been here that long, we're still renovating. So I built this bad boy right here. Me and Tings and another friend of ours, a little kitchen. Don't ever buy kitchen sets, because it says an hour and a half, but it turns into about 4 hours. So coming down here is our kohanga. This is probably the coolest, because half of us have tamariki. So we built us a little kohanga in here. It's my daughter over here. Yeah, a little back deck. We get to see Waitakere, the ranges in the distance. And this is where we're not gonna party. Hey. And this is Ernest's wall that I just told him right now that he's gonna go paint for us. Hey.
Why not?
All of our children.
I think it's a little bit even more interesting 8 years down the track now, because I feel like anyone technically can pick it up. Anyone has access to buying any of these.
Google it like this
Yes.
guy, you know. You can search it up these days and learn off YouTube. Yeah, nah.
Yeah, well, but truly, like, you kind of
it's-
can do that.
Yeah.
But I think the kaupapa of moko and the essence of it is about going back and either to where you're from, if you have that kind of access, or if you can put yourself in places that you can continue to learn the actual foundations of moko and what it means and the origins and things like that. And you can go to like a kaupapa like moko ora that's open to anyone. You don't have to be an established artist or anything like that. It's anybody who's interested in learning. That's a great kaupapa there. Ideally, we would like to do some wānanga in this space as well in the future. So I would encourage that part of the journey. Obviously, there's your simple sort of like, drawing every day.
Yeah.
That we should all be doing. And
Artist style is important too, like where you kind of gravitate to, like that sort of artist. Don't be like, oh, I like that artist style, but I want to go learn from that person. That's very important. You have a lot of people that now, because of the access of internet, you can just search them up, look at their stuff, and pretty much bite their style, which is a lot of people are doing that these days. But yeah, getting an apprenticeship is a bit of a it's a hard one, because there's only so much that you can give as a I guess a kaiako, and then you also see people that do kind of take that for granted and just take then leave, and there's got to be some sort of give back to that artist, and that's the most important thing that you can do is give your time. Yeah, so if you give us your time, I'll give you my time.
Draw, like research. But yeah, back to that, I think we touched on it earlier, just that like just enjoy the journey and the process, surround yourself with like-minded people, and don't rush to the destination. Like it's a lot, if you're in it for the long game, then yeah, just enjoy the journey. If you make it fun, you're gonna put endless hours in, and that's where I think where you'll really develop.
Maybe with it being hard to sort of kind of snatch up maybe don't be discouraged by your first no, your second no, your third no, your all the no's. Stay in it, especially if it's something that you are passionate about. Stay drawing, stay network, meet people, and yeah, just don't let those first few no's stop you, and don't take it too personally. A lot of apprenticeships, like Heeds will know, is a lifetime thing, and sometimes some of the artists have families or other jobs, and they just can't actually take anybody on. So just keep going, keep drawing, put your work out there. Someone might scroll past and sort of see something in there that they are intrigued by and might reach out themselves. Network, really. I think that's a cool one. Just like, come get a moko and then come have a chat or something, or if you can see that there's a wānanga on, put yourself out there. I know it's hard, like if you are socially awkward, which a lot of us artists are like, then but if it's for the benefit of you getting your foot in the door, then you might just have to bite the bullet and go for it. So yeah, I think that would be me.
But yeah, any aspiring artists out there, stay focused. One thing I do want to add in there is don't let money be the target of this, because it'll show your colours and it will really eat you alive. Yeah, moko is also really selfish. Moko is selfish of your time. That's like in your personal life, and it's just your whole life. So bear that in mind. As Ernest is saying, draw. If you if you are drawing and you have an artist that you like to follow, don't be shy to approach them and you know, show them your work. But if you are going to show them your work, you know, have your content ready. Don't just turn up with your phone and then you have to keep doing this. I did this, I did this. Yeah, now bring in your actual drawings to your artists. Yeah, and don't be shy to ask. And as she said, be ready for the no's, because as she said, a lot of us have whānau, tamariki, and we need your time as much as you need ours. So yeah, this space is our space. So mine and my sister's. We closed both our studios and then opened this studio up together. So we're only been here 3 weeks. So the name of our studio is NGΑ MANU A TOI, just the name of the building. We're still running under our own entities, which is the Native Studios and Mauterongo, Tingite. This space is a home of many creatives. I think 8. Seven artists. I keep you know, throwing him the bit under the bus heaps of times. But yeah, 7 of us full time. So you've got options. You have options with all of us. It's a really wahine dominated space, but the energy is beautiful when you work alongside wahine. They kind of keep you at a nice toe level. They yak a lot. That's all right. Yeah, 3001 Great North Road is where we're going to be. Oh, is where we are.